What's poppin', YouTube? This your boy EWylee, and we back at it again with another podcast, episode 4 of EWyleeTV podcast. Heavy hitters with me. I got the lovely, the intelligent Miss Sapphire, and I also got the lovely, intelligent Miss Jade, and I got my boy Boogie with me. What's up, man? We're gonna get straight to it, man. Straight to it. Let's go.
Let's go.
First question I want to ask everybody. Do you feel a relationship should be 50-50? What are your thoughts? I'm gonna get straight to it. For me, I'm gonna start it off. For me, I feel like I wouldn't even say 50-50. I would say 100-100. You feel me? Because I feel like when you're dealing with somebody, your partners. You know what I'm saying? When one person lack, the other person pick up. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. Y'all a team, and everybody should give 100%. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I say 50-50 doesn't really exist because nobody's going to be always giving 50% of them.
Right.
I think it's always like somebody's always going to feel a little less or a little more down than others. Some people are going to feel more energetic depending on the type of day and what you, I guess, have on your workload that day. So I think it should really be 100-100, or as much as you can put into that 100, so that the other person, you can communicate with that other person and kind of, let them know how you're feeling so that other person can pick up your slack. Yeah.
So y'all saying more relationship? I mean, more like relationship or like the financial aspect of it?
I think both, because even in financially, if one person does have more money, like financially, I do think a man should be a provider. Right. However, I do also know that there are things that a woman should provide that might not include financially. So if a man is going to provide in financial ways, a woman should provide in nurturing ways. A woman should provide in loving ways, or in ways that a man needs. Even if it's not those type of ways that I'm naming, a man is always going to need something from a woman. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what she should bring to the table. So I don't think that, when women say, I bring myself and that's it. Yeah. I don't really like that, only because what else?
See, for me, I like the idea of the man being a full-time provider, but for me, it's like the girl or the woman, when she brings a certain level of if she comes to me with a certain type of level, I'm more inclined to want to go 100 and provide that thing, instead of she comes into the relationship I'm demanding that it's 100 to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Right. I feel more inclined if it's she come into it, we're working together to get what we want, and then I'm able to this my girl. I want to provide for her now. Right.
Right.
So as a man, what things are you requiring of your lady in a relationship?
You want to go first?
For me, I don't really cry too much, but I just need, for her to be my backbone, have my back. When it comes to money, me personally, I'll take care of my girl. If I had it like that, I'll definitely take care of my girl, and she just take care of what she need to take care of. But I just need a listening ear, someone to help me through, when I go through my stuff and stuff like that, when I go through certain things. And vice versa, I'll do the same thing for her. I just need a backbone, basically.
So for me, I need a safe space. So I feel like as a man in this world, in society, it's everybody's trying to get to that point where they can provide for their woman and be, that macho man that you kind of dream of and desire to be. So in the real world, you have to go through things and wear that kind of shield, throughout your day, throughout your life. So when I come home or when I'm with my woman, I want to be able to drop that, you know what I'm saying? And just be fully vulnerable, fully in a safe space, when I'm with my woman, for sure.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100% too.
Okay.
What about y'all? What do y'all require in a man? What do y'all require?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I feel like I require someone who makes me feel safe, feel protected, and not even just just knowing someone that I know got me at the end of the day. Yeah.
Okay. I would say what I require in a man is someone who is understanding. I think that emotional intelligence is very important in a relationship, because I also understand that as a woman, I can be more emotional than a man. A man will think more logically than me, and I've come to terms with that. And so I'll notice, especially in, I don't know, certain times of the month and things like this, even though I will make sure to communicate that with my partner, I will make sure he definitely understands, like, I might be feeling like 30 today, so I'm gonna need you to just maybe, I mean, I'm not really requiring of a lot, but the things that are require character. So when I talk about like my needs, it's more of what makes a man than what he can I guess purchase and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I think that that's very, very important, because at the end of the day, like, I want a lot of kids, so I want my man to be able to make decisions for our family. It's a lot of people that's going to be under your wing. So can you handle that responsibility?
That pressure, it's going to
be a lot.
Yeah,
it's
for
going
sure.
to be a big umbrella. And if you, especially, I should have said this first. My number one thing is being able to submit to God.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you cannot have a relationship, if you don't have a strong relationship with God, I don't want a relationship with you. I will pick myself up and leave, like, right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That I just feel like it shows like that you can put your faith. I feel like you need God in your relationship.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
So, like, I guess piggybacking off of needing God in a relationship, what do you guys think about in needing God in a relationship? You're gonna have to put God in a relationship. In order to put God in a relationship, you have to go with His will.
Yeah.
His will also requires abstinence before marriage. What are your thoughts on this? Because I know this is such a hard topic, because everybody in this culture and society is hookup culture. And it's a culture where it's such easy access, especially when you're younger, in your prime time, especially when you do have that money, or you do have looks, you do have fame, and these things that people want and tend to cling on to. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Because the key to God's blessings are obedience. Keep this in mind.
You said for abstinence.
I say it's tough. Like I haven't been able to, like, I ain't gonna say I've never been like told myself or kind of made myself do it. I think I'll be able to, and I think I can see the benefits of that without having done it. Just of like, I think like semen retention and that whole aspect of things is like it's a real thing, and I think it really does allow the emotions, like that emotional connection, without the physical pleasure, like really elevates, the level of emotions. But I haven't done it, what I'm saying? I haven't tried it, but I definitely see the benefits. And I'll be willing to as well. But I mean, I just haven't got to that point.
Right. Same here with me. I'm willing to do it, but I have never tried it before. So basically what you're asking me is, if you dating someone, y'all don't have no sexual nothing until y'all married, right? Right. That's a tough one. That is tough though, but I'm open to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think kissing is the exception, but
but you know what kissing leads to though.
Yeah, so. You're right. But there's also so much discipline that you gotta be able to have. But it's only gonna work if two people are locked in. It's not just one person that's locked in.
For sure. But I'm open, but it's.
I agree. I feel like it does take a lot of discipline, but you have to have faith in that person that, at the end of the day,
they're not going to get it from someone else.
That is true. Because
what also tends to be the fact is you could be educated now in what you need to do, but then not be a virgin. And a lot of people will judge you on that, because...
Especially for a man, they will...
Really? I feel like it would be a woman.
No, you
They'll be like, so you gave it up to this guy, but you don't want to give it up
to... Okay. I was thinking about something else. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like
definitely be the response from a man for sure.
Right. It's always like, are you a virgin?
There ain't no virgins in 2023. Like,
well, I feel like it's just like less than 5%.
Yeah, less than 5%. I mean, they're out there for sure, but
it's far and few in between.
Yeah, man and woman. Man, I got a question for y'all though. Why do y'all feel women are more masculine than men nowadays?
Go ahead. You can go ahead.
I'm gonna give my opinion too.
I believe nowadays, because women are being more masculine, is because a lot of times we are dealing with who we grow up with,
Mm-hmm.
our environment,
Right.
who teaches us the way of living.
Right.
A lot of the times we deal with so many broken families. I believe that enables a door to be opened for independence and isolation. I think that a lot of women and men I think they're still in the midst of a gender war where they're competing against each other instead of coming together.
Right.
And I think that is why, you know, so many women are taking their, you know, the kids from the family away from the father and leaving them fatherless, where it's or even the opposite, but statistics are mostly the women that are breaking up the families, which is honestly really sad. But it's just a really interesting topic because it's like being masculine is having your walls up. I feel like as a woman, it's not necessarily being a man. It's just not wanting to rely on a man.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
But
Definitely agree.
how do you feel about that, Jade?
No, yeah, I agree with what she said. Like, I feel like it's definitely having your walls up. And I feel like now in, like, this society, like, everyone wants to have their walls up. Everyone wants to, like, be to themselves. No one wants to get hurt. And it's like everyone is trying not to get hurt, that you're kind of hurting other people.
Hurt people.
For me, I feel like the reason why women are so masculine because we as men nowadays are not doing what we're supposed to do, so our women can feel safe and be in their full feminine energy. You know, we're not giving them the safe place. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I think men have taken a step back just as far as like masculinity as a whole, and I think it kind of goes back to what you said about like the broken home aspect of it, and like a lot of men are growing up without, you know, seeing their father or the man in their life kind of be in that role and be in that and showing, you know, how it is to be a man and take care of your kids, take care of your, you know, your wife, your woman, provide for her, you know, and kind of give that stability, you know, in the house, you know, because a woman, you know, they're emotional beings, you know, kids, they're growing, they're learning, you know, there's a lot going on. So you're supposed to kind of be like that stabilizer, you know, to the household. But if you kind of never seen that, you've never been around it, it's kind of hard for you to, you know, grow into it. But you still are supposed to, and you know what I'm saying? But I don't think the men are doing the work to do that, you know, yourself on their own.
And I also feel like a lot of men nowadays, well, just like to the broken home aspect, I feel like a lot of them are seeing their mother grow up in like that, you know, masculine energy. So it's like they think it's normal and they're like continuing it rather than like, you know, stepping up and, you know, trying to fill in the space.
And that forces the women to be more masculine too, because they're seeing, you know, like you said, the single mothers doing that. They think it's normal. They think it's natural, you know.
Yeah, I think that, as well as like, I think teaching your kids kind of like, or seeing so many people divorce and so many people separate, so many people marry for money and divorce for even more money. I think that's a big, big reason why a lot of people are so comfortable with separating, because there's always imaginary someone else out there. And so I think that's just really hard, because it's like most of the time, honestly, you could break up with somebody and you won't really find better.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not always greener on the other side.
Facts. Do you guys believe in partner roles? Like a man should do this and a woman should do that. Like,
I don't believe in yes and no. Like I'm not taking out the trash. Like I'm not doing certain things.
I took out the trash like
of course, I would never allow my woman to take out the trash. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just saying, like, her role.
What if the trash is full? No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Of course not. Yeah.
That's not.
So like you leaving like the car fixing all that stuff.
Yeah, like the gas, getting gas.
Okay. So what? So as his gender role, do you believe in the traditional woman gender roles?
Yes, I mean, I feel like if you believe in the guy, when you got to, you know, but I feel like, you know, what works for you is what works for you. I just feel like, for an example, like cooking. I feel like if your man enjoys cooking, then no, you do not have to be in the kitchen every day. You know what I mean?
Like that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
but
it's case by case basis.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's case by case.
So I want to be in the kitchen with my girl cooking. I ain't gonna lie. I want to be. Hey, you need to do that. Okay, cool. Like I want to learn too.
Be distracted the whole time.
I'm trying to cook something real. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we gonna get the job done now. We gonna get the job done. I want to help. I want to be there for it. Like you know, I even wash dishes with her. I'll even clean clothes with her. Like yo, babe, you want to get this for you? I bet. You know, like I want to be a helping hand.
Everything's a 2-man job.
For real though, like you know, yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
So I kind of feel like I agree with kind of what Jade said, and like the man, like taking out the trash. I don't ever want my girl to take out the trash. Never. Like anything like that's kind of strenuous or like physically like I feel like I want to do it. Like I genuinely just want to do it for my wife. Like I don't even now like my sister. I got 2 sisters, so like my little sister, older sister, like around the house, like I don't
princess.
Yeah, like I don't want them doing certain things. It's just like that's just how I kind of was raised and like how I kind of moved. So I do believe in partner roles. Yeah.
Okay. I would definitely agree with you guys about partner roles and them existing and stuff. I do believe it is a case-by-case basis as well. But I do come from a little bit of a different standpoint as well, only because I love to do everything. Yeah. So I'm not going to complain about it.
Right.
But like for summer, I have been dreaming, like when I get my own house, I want to be outside and make my own pool. And I don't care if my husband's really involved in that or not.
Right, but you're gonna do it.
But I'm gonna do it, you know what I'm saying?
Then you deal with a man that's like, nah, I want to be involved too.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
I just see me outside. And I will be like shoveling, like.
Yeah, she's like, my girl is sweating, like, I'm over here chilling. Like, nah, that's what hurt me.
It's the difference between like gender roles and like, you know, hobbies. Because I feel like that would be like your hobby. Like, you know, you like to go outside, you like to you like to garden.
Yeah,
like things like that. Like, yeah, I feel like that's like a hobby compared to like, you know.
But I feel like different stuff. But kind of when I was saying like everything, like my car situation, I wanted to learn how to fix my own car. I want to learn how to do other stuff. Like some guys are like, oh, well, why don't you got a man to do that? It's like, well, I could, but why when I could learn myself?
Yeah. See, I believe in like teaching my woman that though, because if I'm not around, you know what I'm saying, you need to know how to change the tire, you know how to check
you can't just be waiting at the side of the road.
I do believe in teaching them and having your girl able to do it if she has to, for sure.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, I got another question. It's for the ladies though, but I don't look. It's gonna be a real one. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's a real one. I don't know if you dealt with this type of race before, but this is
race.
Yeah. Okay. So
you mean ethnicity?
Why do some women paint a bad picture on African men?
I have no idea.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I asked you. I don't know if you dealt with an African before or whatever.
I've been in 2 relationships. My first one, he was Jamaican.
But that's not African.
Really?
That's Caribbean.
That's Caribbean.
like
you got South Africa, West Africa,
like
East
Nigerian,
Africa,
Ghanaian.
I used to like a Nigerian person, but I don't think. You know what I think?
What?
I think that the saying is true when it goes, African men will take care of their woman. They will just have a lot of women that they take care of.
No. Let me tell you about that.
That is the saying that I heard, and I believe it to be true sometimes.
That's because the religion. If they're Muslim, because in the Muslim culture, you can have multiple wives, but you have to take care of all of them equally. That's just the religion. Because I know someone. That guy, he got like 15 kids. I swear to gosh, 15 kids and like 2 wives, and they cool with it. Like as long as you give that one emotional support, you gotta give the other one. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta treat them all equal. That's just the religion. But me personally, I'm Christian. I'm not Muslim, so I believe in. I just need one. That's
some Christians believe that too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They'll try to justify it by like King Solomon and things like those people in the Bible, but King Solomon was stepping outside of God's will when he did that. Okay. And I think like I think there's a verse in Deuteronomy 2 something that says like you shall not multiply wives. It says that, so it's kind of like you putting people in the Bible on the pedestal.
That's Christianity though, but the Muslims they have their own way of
right. And so even with Muslims, I would never date a Muslim, so that's why I couldn't tell you. But
sorry, go ahead.
No,
are you sure?
Go ahead. You got
sorry, guys. So I feel like to the question of like, I don't feel like African men have like a bad rep. Like I don't feel like, yes, I do feel like African men have a bad rep, but I don't feel like dating an African man like was like, because my ex and I dated on and off for 4 years.
He was African?
Yeah, he was Nigerian.
Okay.
And like he was he took care of me. Like he was a provider. Like I didn't have to ask for really anything, like, but it was always other people. Like it was like, but I just feel like I don't really even feel like it's just like, oh yeah, like African men, or I just feel like it's social media. Like I feel like you could find those in like Dominican, people say that about Dominican men, they say it about Caribbean men, Haitian men, like they say it about African American men, like they say it about everyone. So I just feel like it's just social media now, like, and now, you know, we're able to talk about it all together, like, you know, and it's like, you know, if that's the topic, that, you know, everyone's gonna put their negative input on it. You're not gonna really see too much positive in it.
Man, the reason why I asked is because, like, I had females that didn't want to deal with me because I was African, because they heard the stereotype of an African.
Yeah, that's not right, though.
You know what I'm saying? No,
you should not deal with listening to people.
I didn't deal with them. I just took it as a chin and kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? But, like, what they hear from, like, Africans, we're controlling. Basically, like, we're controlling, we cheat. We're just, at the end of the day, they just look at us as controlling, we're players, and all that. But not all Africans are like that. You got like
the womanizers.
You the womanizers. Yeah, I done heard it all. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm a real live lover boy, and I ain't afraid to admit that. I love women. Like if I really like you, like man, I'm a treat you like the queen, you feel me, until you show me otherwise. Cause I can turn my savage up quick too. You feel me? But like I'm a natural lover boy, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of pissed me off a little bit when you I'm really passionate about this topic though.
He said, pray with me, don't play with me.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm really passionate about this, so it's like, yeah, it's crazy. So when you try to put that stereotype on me, I'm like, I'm the coolest African ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a real one. You feel? That's how I feel. I feel like I'm a real one. I know I'm not perfect, and I do slip up from time to time, but I'm a real one. I can learn from my mistakes and grow. Like, that's all I want. Growth. You feel me? So, yeah.
I understand. So,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you got some women that, you know, they're open, they don't like listen. Like I respect the women that don't listen to like the internet and don't listen to other people. Like they want to see it for themselves. They want to experience, like, you know.
But I feel like you can speak on it a little bit, only because maybe not the African side, but the athlete side.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of people have different stereotypes on athletes.
Right, that is true.
I know, like.
See, yeah, the stereotype is strong with athletes, but I mean, rightfully so, honestly. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Rightfully so. Very rightfully so. No offense.
You know, it's definitely rightfully so. Like, women throw themselves at athletes, you know what I'm saying? I've seen it all. I've been around it, you know what I'm saying, in it, so it's definitely, you know what I'm saying, deserving, you know. I think that, just that environment, though, it's kind of hard, like, especially like in the football environment, any sport really, like you're around just a bunch of men, like that's, you know what I'm saying, everybody's like striving for that bravado, like I'm the top dog, you know what I'm saying? That's just how men are, you know what I'm saying? You put a bunch of men in the room, eventually, you know what I'm saying, somebody will try to prove that they're the top dog.
Oh yeah, so, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You always have a conversation, you're around it, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of encouraged, it's like, you know what I'm saying, oh yeah, we going out tonight, we going to, you know what I'm saying, find some girls, like that's just, this is how it's done, you know what I'm saying? It kind of brings camaraderie in a way too, so.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But it almost sounds a little bit like people want a polygamous relationship.
Right.
They just don't want to be open about that because people are very negligent to that idea.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think women. I mean, I think men like are scared to like say it because you know what I'm saying. It's hard to find a woman that you want that looks good, like that you really want to be with, that's open to that idea. So it's like I'm gonna just try to play both sides and you know what I'm saying, swindle it so I can play both sides of the fence where that's where emotions get hurt, feelings get hurt, heartbreak comes in, and that's kind of where that negative connotation comes in of like. Because you really do like this girl, you want to be with her, but at the same time, you're not about to say no to all the other women out there too. So it gets tricky. That's where it gets tricky at though. I'm trying to play both sides.
Okay. So do you think all men feel like that?
Yeah, like that question too.
No, be honest.
I do like. I think age matters too. Like, I think the older you get, the more you're like you start to settle down. Like I think like for me like.
I feel like it's the opposite.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like it's the opposite too. Like, I feel like they never settled. Unfortunately, I just feel like men never settle down.
No, because the older a man gets, the higher his prime time is. And the more older, because women and men feel differently. A woman's prime time will end around 30 something. Right? A man's prime time, like, y'all only start making money at like 30. Late 20, 30.
That's when we really.
That's when y'all start. Right. Like, so, like, they say like 50, 60 is the main time where you get most of your money.
That's why there's a lot of sugar daddies. Like, that's why,
That's true. I didn't think about it like that. I mean, I feel like I was just around so much, like, as a youngin', though, like, just being in that world, hanging with, certain type of people that, like, I was just exposed to so much that it's like, the older I've gotten, like, the more I get away from it, it's like, I've been there, done that with so much stuff and, like, so many types of women that it's like, I don't really mind. I'm not really chasing that life no more.
Yeah, I hear you. I think, honestly, okay, I don't mean to sound weird when I say this, but I feel like a woman needs to get a man when he's young.
Yeah.
Like, before he's been heartbroken.
You gotta be their first love.
Like, before he's been heartbroken. Because once he's heartbroken, with that one woman.
Exactly. He's never gonna let it go. He's gonna bring it up. It's a comparison every single time. He's gonna compare you to her. He's gonna, I did this for my ex and it didn't work out, so
I'm not doing nothing for nobody.
You're not getting that.
Like, they will turn the straight up.
We be scarred from love. You feel me? When that one heartbreak will scar us. I mean, but the thing is, you gotta grow out of it. Like you gotta be open to.
You gotta be accountable.
Yeah, you gotta be open to like this is not her. This is a new person. Like So I had that problem. I ain't even gonna lie. I let one female mess me up, and I start looking at female differently. Nah, I ain't about to do this for you. What you gonna try? I ain't no simp. I ain't this. But the thing is,
it's just for you to leave.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I started realizing like not all women are the same. Like there's good women out here. You know what I'm saying? You got the bad ones though. When you get older, you can pick them out. You can know which one is like, man, she a little and this one right here, I can't play with that one.
She a little
Right? Yeah. You can tell what you can tell. You can tell who's good and who's not. Like just from her movements and how she carry and move. You know, we pay attention too, just like y'all.
For sure.
So.
Okay,
I got another question. This is for you. This is for you, Boogie. You know what I'm saying? What qualities do you look for when you looking for a woman?
That's a good question.
I was literally just gonna ask.
Piggybacking.
I was gonna be like, so what qualities do you guys look for in those beginning stages?
Okay. That means we picking brains.
Yeah, so.
I'll say like you talking about like after the attraction is already there and all that. Right?
For me, my question.
I feel like the attraction. You like don't know the attraction. Right?
Yeah. So after that, I mean, early on, I'm looking for like the biggest thing will probably be consideration. Like, I think being considerate, is one of the biggest forms of like love and like really liking someone is like considerate of their time, like, or they tell you they got something going on this day and they like remind you like, I hope you enjoying your dish, whatever you're doing here, or like you say you like something, you say you want something, you know what I'm saying, and it's inexpensive or something simple to get. But you're busy this week, and they're able to get it to you and bring it to you. It's like little stuff like that early on is like, this is a considerate, person, kind person, someone that's able to like do something for you without, not necessarily needing like attention or celebration of it. Just like
she do it because she
you know what I'm saying. So that's something I'm looking for early on if I'm like looking for like can this really be my partner.
What about you?
It's the same thing, being considerate, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff out of love instead of praise. Yeah, that's basically it for me. I don't really require too much. It's like, I don't really require too much. You're just being considerate, you know, show me love and I show love back, you know.
To piggyback off of that, I think I read a book, the book, like, Let That SHIT Go.
Yeah. I'm reading it.
It was saying, like, towards the end of the book, like, some of the qualities they found in long-lasting relationships were kindness, generosity, and appreciation. Mm-hmm. So, like, having those get you a long way.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. I think the best. I know I keep referring to this, but I keep the best. Like, I think the best reference to go off of how to act as a woman or a man is the Bible. The ways of a virtuous woman and the ways that we carry ourselves with the fruits of the Spirit and things like this: kindness, love, goodness, faithfulness. I think really that covers literally every dynamic of a healthy relationship. Mm-hmm. If you don't follow those, it just means you're outside of God's will. I feel like that's just such a big telltale sign. Like, this is literally you have the instructions. You have the whole blueprint of how a relationship should go. Just stop lying. Right. Stop sparing somebody's feelings because you're just postponing the inevitable. Right. So it's like people, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings, or I don't want to hurt my own feelings by hurting this person's feelings. I want to stay attached. And I think the main reason is because people are having sex way too early. Way too early in a relationship. And I'm like,
I think for it be
keep your legs closed.
It'd be the second date or whatever.
That's crazy. The second date is crazy. But it be happening because especially if the chemistry is there, the vibe is there. Then I've heard so many stories of, I just was vibing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna keep real shit. I mean, for me, man, it's crazy. If you vibe with, I feel like if you vibe with a joint and you really like her and she like you and y'all get nasty, like
y'all get nasty.
Yeah, I'm just being real. Like this, I'm being so real. I understand.
I mean, different strokes for different folks.
Oh my gosh.
What about y'all? Like what? Like you meet a guy or something like that, and after when y'all gonna do what y'all do?
This is my thing. I believe that a woman's power is in her discipline. I 100% believe this, and I take this so seriously only because when I first started to see the world for what it was, I realized how many men, especially if you're pretty, will swindle and swoon you off of your feet or try to with opportunities or for things that to them will only be pocket change, but to you might be everything in the world you need. And I'm talking about from a place where I've been like 15, 16 on my own, like no guidance, no parents to tell me what to do or how to live, and I was already struggling because I was out of my home. So I'm over here looking for father figures and things like this. They not trying to be my father. Like, as soon as I turn 18, it's, so what you doing tonight? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's like, I could laugh at it now, but it's a life lesson in everybody you meet. And I think what it taught me was that the biggest power that I will ever hold in my life is the ability to say no. And that holds so much power only because when men say that this woman is untouchable, that's when you earn respect. And respect is one of the most important things a woman can have in this world. Because when a man respects you, he will give you so much more than if he just lusts over you.
Yeah, I respect it. Because like if a female don't give it to me, I'm like, okay, she holding it down. She holding it down. She not one of them. She's her. Like she's, you know what I'm saying? I get
And I think it's even
I need that one.
And
you gonna want her more, not like sexual, but like want her more, like
But that's how women don't understand to play the game because they're over here giving it up left and right. Especially it gets harder when men have opportunity that they can give. That's why the industry is so messed up now because you got producers, you got agencies, you got those people who have the key to the door that you want to go into, even when you have nothing. But at the same time, it's like, how far are you willing to go till you sell your soul? You know what I'm saying? So it's such a dangerous game that women don't understand to play because they're so like, oh, well, I want to hop on this opportunity. I want to hop on this opportunity. But I'm like, the opportunity will come if you just trust God. Like, come on.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
That was well spoken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Another question, like, why do y'all feel like there's so many failed relationships? Like why you never see me personally? I don't really see long lasting relationships. Like you meet somebody, y'all get married, y'all grow old together. I always see, okay, you dated someone, y'all get pregnant, and now y'all co-parent. Like I never see like a solid foundation. Why do you feel like that is like that's going on so much? Like you see baby mama here, baby daddy there. You know what I'm saying? Never. That's my dad. That's my. You know.
I don't think the like long lasting relationships like just went away. I do think social media is like a huge like you know reason, just because like you could see it. Like you could see like they glorify the single parents, the baby daddy, baby mama issues. Like it's just more like out there now, but I don't think like I feel like there's still a lot of people who are together for a very long time, like still married. Like even like as much as people like to make fun of the Jada and Will situation, they're still married. Like they're still together. Like
but for what purpose?
Right.
But I mean, but at the end of the day, they're still.
They are.
I mean, they're happy because they're together. I mean, we don't really know what's going on in their home.
You're right. That is
we only see what social media is showing us, and obviously they're still together. They got their kids. Their kids look presentable. So I mean, they're doing something right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I feel like they're, I just feel like...
I think the Jade and Will Smith is a very interesting one.
I mean, I'm not talking more on, like, what's coming out. I'm just more saying, like, you don't know what's going on. You only see what social media shows you. So it's like...
Right. But what people still choose to put on social media and to say is also important. Because she be wildin'.
But I feel like it's clickbait too. Like I do feel like some of it is clickbait, where it's like, I mean, I'm not saying like Jada's innocent. Like I'm not saying like, oh yeah, like she don't be wilding out. Like I do think she is something a little too much. But like I just feel like it. I mean, that's how they make their money. Some people make their money in different ways. Like, and that's how she's choosing to make her money or stay relevant. Like, and everyone knows the power of social media right now. Like Blueface does all he does to make money, stay relevant. So like I just feel like everyone's just trying to stay relevant.
You gotta remember Jada's trying to sell her book too.
Yeah, she's selling the book.
She's doing it at the expense of her husband's like reputation.
But if her husband had an issue, he would speak up on it. Like but
not all guys are like that. Cause some guys really do.
But
like
he
to just
slapped Chris Rock. He spoke up on it. Like he's gonna speak up on it. Like they got the same opportunity. Will's been famous for so long. So if he wants to book a TMZ interview and air out his business or speak on what he wants to speak on, he could do it.
That's fine.
So I feel like it's something in their marriage that's going right that is keeping them married. Even if they're doing all of this on social media.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
To answer your question, like your original question.
My bad.
What's the original question again?
Well, the original question is why is there so many failed relationships?
I think it's a lot of pride and ego too. Like, everybody has their guard up. Like, nobody want to be tried. Everybody feel like they take everything like, oh, he just tried me, or like she just tried me by doing this, and it's like their ego is telling them like, oh no, I can just go get me this bad joint right here, or like, this girl been liking my story, she look better than my girl, I'm gonna just go over here, like, fuck it, forget this. So, you know what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of pride and ego and, like, not working through things. Like, the first problem that come up, like, I'm gonna just step back and detach myself, or, like, give space to the relationship where it's like, no, like we had a mess up, like, let's come together even stronger and, like, get through it and like build towards something instead of like trying to go somewhere else and then you starting all over again. Right. As if y'all ain't gonna have problems in that next relationship. Right, you know what I'm saying? So like you said earlier, like people always think the grass is green on the other side, and then you get out of it and it's like,
is it really?
You know?
just having basically uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah,
like
right.
I said, you know what I'm saying? I used to try to, man. When I was young, I'm like, I ain't trying to hear this. I'm not. But the thing is,
I get out of there fast.
Right? You feel me? But then you understand
the immature,
right?
Lacking that emotional intelligence,
right?
That a lot of men have these days. So that's another reason.
Right.
The lack of that emotional intelligence is strong in like our generation. So it's like that's leads to a lot of failed relationships.
Yeah. You know, but as we get older, we start to understand, like, you know, you gotta have those those conversations when you don't want to talk about it. You got to, and sure. y'all have to like basically overcome whatever y'all going through. Y'all have to, because it's gonna come.
It'll make the relationship better too.
Facts. But I had a situation like, say if y'all had, say if you have a situation and y'all talk about the issues, right? And y'all agree to basically, you know, not do it again. And then one person does it again. So it's like, why are we even talking? Like, why do we keep having these conversations if the same issue is occurring again?
I think
on both parties.
I think it also, you have to bring understanding in this equation. Only to say this. I do get when people make things a pattern or a habit, they tend to think that they can get away with it the next time. I do understand that. But I also understand that relationships and the healthiest relationships are the ones who require grace. And grace is when forgiveness might not be deserved, but it's given anyways.
Like that.
I have a question. Do you feel like cheating is a part of the like trials and tribulations of a relationship?
No, I don't think so. But I will add into that because I do believe some people are already in that pattern. They don't know to recognize something to keep at first, or they might have a wandering eye. I think it really it's also an understanding issue as well, because certain people, like, they really don't know how to handle a relationship, especially at first. And some people have learned from cheating. But I also do that in those specific times. I have seen more than less people will think that, oh, he's let me get away with it the first time, I could do it again. However, I do know that I do believe that I have seen a relationship where it was a one-time thing, and it was like he learned from his mistakes and he knew what he lost. So when he put in that work to really like actually say, you're my woman, I want this, and that other person, like, and also cheating. Okay, I will always disagree with this, but I do also understand that a man's mind is different. A man will always be physically attracted to women. Unfortunately, I wish I could change reality, but a man will always know if a woman's attractive, like, as old as he gets. And he will always have that want to do what a man does.
You know what I realized about us, though? My father used to tell me this all the time. He said, us men, we go for beauty. Like, we go for looks. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we go
that's
for...
That's the first thing.
Yeah, that's the first thing we look. And I say, women, they smart when it comes to relationships. Y'all don't really...
Are we really, though?
No. Let me tell you. So we men, this is what I know. We men, we go for looks and be, oh, she's beautiful, she's mine. And then women, they look at certain things. Can he provide for me? Can he do this for me? Some would not for. That's like, crazy though. But like,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
What? So what? Y'all what do y'all look for?
No.
I
want a good looking man too.
They're going for look.
No, they of course.
Women, yes, they are.
Women don't go for looks. The women don't. No, women don't go for looks as much as us though.
It's definitely it's exceptions for men too, but everybody wants a good looking spouse.
Of course.
Good looking partner. Like you see somebody walk in the room and like, oh, he looks good, I want him. That's girls do that and men do that.
But also
like, you don't even know about the financial and all that until you see him. You know what I'm saying? The first thing
man, I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I just feel like
don't get it twisted.
I just feel like men go for looks a little bit more than women.
They do. That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel. But like, you know, I feel like women are
for women to be attracted to though. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, this is facts.
So that's like a given.
This is facts.
Man.
I could be attractive sometimes.
Hell no! All he can,
it's
all
harder.
he can do is get a shape up.
Yeah, get a haircut and work on his body.
A man, you gotta be like, you just gotta have it. You know
You gotta
what I'm
have
saying?
it.
A woman can make it. You know what I'm saying?
They can make it. They can do that.
Pull out,
Boop,
pop out.
boop,
For real. Like, a man popping out, he gonna look like himself.
Man, you know the crazy thing. The crazy thing. My boy Uzo told me, right? He was like, on my last podcast when I did with him, he was like, a woman breaks up with her man. She goes to the club. She got men lined up, right? Like, men are gonna talk to her for sure.
But just
a man.
Options don't mean they're good.
I know. No. Let me finish this though. Check this out though. Let me finish this though. So a man, he could throw on his freshest outfit, like he said, throw on his freshest outfit, got the fresh cut. He feeling good. Ain't no woman. I mean, some women will approach him, but some women will, but it's not as easier as a woman getting approached. You know what I'm saying?
Men are pursuers.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, a female could bounce back and have her roster lined up quicker. That's you know what I'm saying.
To bounce back too. I mean, all you gotta do is go up to multiple. I just feel like.
I mean, but the thing is,
but a man will get rejected more
facts.
But I feel like in the club.
She said Rosewood.
I don't know. I just feel like it's easier for men because it's like, I mean, I know
because
it's sad.
women are drunk off their asses.
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, the club is not really the place to meet somebody.
Please don't go to the club.
Nah, that ain't the move. You gotta go to the gym or grocery stores. We was just talking about that too. We was just talking about that.
No fit.
Go to Target Saturday morning.
Target.
I say Target, Home Depot, like
that's where you go find like nice social events, like real nice social events. Yeah, the club, man. Everybody looking for a good time. Ain't nobody looking for nothing serious.
I heard you can find them at church too.
I don't know because church is meant for people with problems trying to get fixed, and not everybody's responding to treatment. You know what I'm saying?
Youth, what's it called? Youth church.
Okay, please tell me what church to go to because I met my first relationship at church, and it was a great relationship. It was great. Ask me why we're not together anymore. To be honest, I was way too young. Because we knew each other our whole life. So I say like we grew up in church together and things like that. But outside of that relationship, it's kind of like I don't know.
Right.
I've been to churches, and I think that a lot of people go to church because they want to feel good about going to church. There's a lot of church goers, and there's not a lot of people with relationships with God. Mm-hmm. Like a man who goes to church is not always a man who will get on his knees at night and pray to God. Like, I want to, like, God, prepare me to be the man you need me in a relationship for my wife, for my kids, for the people that need me and rely on me. And I need a man that does that as well as, like, you know, I would ask the same thing for myself. I need to make sure that when I'm at home, when there's a break in the family, because the devil hates unity. That is one thing that I've learned. And why a lot of relationships have been failing is because the devil will get in between the foundations and the cracks of relationships and see where you guys are falling, whether it be porn, whether it be masturbation, whether it be anything that is the fall for you. He will find some way to put the thoughts in your mind to where you think, oh, maybe this is okay, maybe I'll get away with this, not really thinking about the consequences for your actions. So I think that that's like a really big thing, that a lot of people will go to church but not really have church in them. Right. Facts.
I agree with that.
So I agree. But do you guys believe in polyamorous relationships? Would you be in one?
No. I feel like I would catch a charge. Or a few, like.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Nah, that's too much responsibility for me.
I feel like it's a lot of drama too for women. Like, imagine girls, like 2 women. You know, one girl feels entitled. Now you got 2, 3 women that feel entitled to your time.
That should be a headache.
Need time for myself.
Yeah,
that should be a headache. Man, so next question. This is for the women. Do y'all feel like there's a difference from a woman raised by her father, or there's difference from raising by her father or her mother? Like, you think she's gonna act different if she raised by her mom or her dad or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's for both having a child as a son and a woman, because I do believe that both genders need both parents. Yeah. That's first and foremost. But I also believe that when you're raised by certain genders, they bring out certain characteristics. If I was just raised by my mom, I would probably have, well, actually, I don't know, because if it was a single parent, she would probably take the role of a man too. So I don't know if I would be more masculine.
But a woman can't. Go ahead.
A woman cannot teach a woman like how a man thinks. Yeah, I understand that. Like they say, you can't teach a fish how to be a fisherman, because fish are the women, right? So you can't. I completely understand that point of view, but at the same time, it's like if I'm always looking at my mom being the role of independent and things like that, I'm gonna probably pick those traits up.
She's gonna be masculine,
right? But fortunately for me, I was always in a two. Well, when I was at home, I was always in a 2-parent household. So it was kind of like I saw my dad being the provider. I saw my mom being the more nurturing, loving one. And I think that it's definitely a big difference too, because especially as like a father's gonna always want to like overprotect the daughter.
Of course,
always gonna overprotect the daughter.
Daddy's little girl, you know. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like he's gonna spoil her.
Of course.
So if he does that, she is going to compare him to her father every single time. If you can't get me this and that, I don't want it. Like,
so my daddy spoiled me, man. I ain't gonna fast. I have a feeling I'm gonna have a daughter for some reason. I have a strong feeling like. But I feel like I'll be the same way. Like man, that's my.
I'm gonna take care of.
You know what I'm saying? She's like that. You know what I'm saying? She ain't even gonna deal with her mother. You know what I'm saying?
You know how even dealt with so many women in your life, like you know that you gotta take care of the woman for sure. So you gotta raise her right.
I don't care. I rather have a little dog girl though, but I'm open to whatever. You know.
I want boys.
You know what I mean? Girls always want boys.
I want girls.
But I want boys. So like, I want to put him. I mean, both daughters. I mean, daughter or boy, it don't matter. But I want them to do something like something impactful. You feel? That's what I want to like. Definitely.
Sorry, so I want to go back to the question. As someone who was raised, I was raised in a 2-parent household, but I had times when my father went away, and I was raised majority with my mom, and I do feel like it did put me in a different mindset that I kind of had to unlearn. Like just seeing my mom in such a hustling, like she was doing everything by herself, like, but it also gave me a mindset like to. I don't know. It was like, not to rely on a man. Like, it, like, put me in a better mindset. So I know, like, like, I'm not going to, like, if a man, I can move in with him. I'm not going to, jump in, move in, not have my own money on the side or whatever. Or, keep working or things like that. Like, I felt like it just, having raised by my mom, it kept me on my toes. Like, it was, like, I was ready for the next thing at all times. Like it was like a survival almost.
I understand that. I definitely get that.
Well, see, you said survival. I got a question about survival, cause y'all want to get to it, or y'all still want to talk about? Okay, so y'all feel like, how can a person raised off survival affect a relationship versus a person raised off of love?
I could definitely speak on that one.
Yeah. Me personally, I was raised off survival, but I'm learning. The love part, but I was raised on just because, like, like growing up, like there was never like, oh, mommy and daddy, you know what I'm saying? Like, mom's here, dad's here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was always, it was crazy. It was crazy growing up.
Yeah, I feel like, for example, my last situationship, I feel like I had that like situation. Like, he seemed like the type of person to be raised, like he was raised off of love, and I feel like I was kind of more raised off of survival. So like. I feel like in that situationship, I was kind of almost chasing, because it was like, to give love is so natural for someone who's raised off of love. Like, they give love, they're not, it's just normal. It's like a thing, but like for someone raised off survival, it doesn't feel normal. It doesn't feel like, you feel like you have to give something for love. Like, you feel like you're like, almost like, I'm like competing in a way. Like, I don't know.
Oh man, you on point with that. That's exactly how I used to feel. That's exactly how I used to feel.
Like I had to like do like kind of show up in a way for me to receive that so that I can get that love. I don't know. Like I would like do things like, oh yeah, like, oh, I got you this from the store for no reason. Like, you know,
that's good though.
It was good, but I just felt like it wasn't. It was. I feel like I love bombed in some ways because you know I was chasing like that love. Like it was like, you know, like I was going out of my way too much where it wasn't good. Like it wasn't healthy. It was like I was, you know, kind of chasing that love.
Right. Okay.
How you feel about that, Brody?
So like for me, I grew up 2-parent household, very loving family, like a lot of love, big family. So I actually like had a situation where like I had to stop talking to girls because it's like my love was so genuine and it was so natural for me, and she was like raised out of survival and like was combative about a lot of things. Where it's like wasn't even able to accept that love and just like sit back, drop your shoulders, and just like relax and be in love and just, you know, in a calming manner. You know, it's always like looking over his shoulder and like kind of like ready to like be combative or like kind of like ready to detach from the situation instead of, you know, just being in love. Like every day I walk in, you know, home hugging, kissing mom, dad, hugging and kissing. Like that's just how I was raised. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, like just around a whole lot of love. So it's the older I get, the more, you know, I see like, or like I'm dealing with a woman who wasn't, you know what I'm saying, raised like that. So she's not really accepting of my love or able to give me, you know what I'm saying, that love that I'm used to. So it's like, it's been a work in progress for sure, but it's definitely a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Hey, man, that's crazy, though, because I never grew up like, hey, mom, hey, dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never, like, the things, but when I have my children and my family, well, best believe, you know what I'm saying?
I walk in and, like, I'm giving you a hug, and it's like just a timid, shy hug, and it's like, nah.
I know exactly what you mean.
Bring it in.
Yeah, I'm used to giving big hugs. It's like every time I see you, I just seen you 6 hours ago. I'm coming back home, like, you know, that's just how I was raised.
Man,
so
see,
like,
that's how I move with my family, man, for sure.
It's a great feeling.
Because then, facts, man.
Matters.
How you feel about that, Sad?
Yeah, you said.
So with that, I was honestly in both situations. I say when I was younger, my mom was the only person who did show me love when I was like really young. But when I got out of my house, when I was really young as well, that was the ultimate survival. And I think it was only that because I've been homeless a few times. I've lived in my car. I've relied on my teachers to give me groceries to eat. And I would like go to gym showers and just wait till the school opens to shower and things like this. So I think that was my survival. And those were the times when I realized how the world really does not care about anything that you're going through. I realized that, and once I realized that, I began becoming very observant. I used to be very like free will and social butterfly, just like make friends with everybody, become the class clown and things like this. But then like as I opened my eyes to how cruel the world was and how like deceptive people are, especially when, as a woman's perspective, and I know Jake could probably like understand this as well, people always want to put their best foot forward. And I think it really sucks, only because it's like, cool, but like, who are you really? Like, I want to know you when you're mad. I want to know you, how you treat other people. How do you treat your friends when you're mad? Like, do you gossip about people? Do you talk down on people? You hate on people? Like, and people are always trying to like, because you see somebody like that's pretty and stuff, and you're always like, oh, I want to be friends with them. I want to do this and that. But like, that's not really you. Like, you know, you got dark stuff that you are not trying to share. And it takes so much, like it can take years and a lifetime for that to come out. And I think that's what's really annoying, because people will really hide who they are for so long.
Man, what?
And I'm like, oh, like, come on.
I want to see you in your purest form. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then vice versa. You gotta be yourself. You gotta be who you are.
Right.
And they
you never really gonna know who someone is. Because it's like,
crazy thing about
right? It's crazy, and I say like time is really the true test. But I think that's again kind of like going back of what we were talking about earlier. I think that's why it's so important to instill discipline in you.
Definitely.
Because if you don't have that discipline, or if you need to get that discipline, you need to get it now, if anything.
Yeah.
Because people keep waiting. Oh, I'm young. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna be disciplined later. No, now you're gonna have all that baggage and trauma that you're carrying, and then nobody gonna want you because your prime time is over.
Discipline is important, man.
It's more important than anybody will probably ever
I've
speak
said that
about.
word so much this past year, like discipline, man.
Yes.
Discipline is everything.
Yeah, and I think also like accepting the uncomfortable seasons in your life. I think right now I'm dealing with that because it's like right now it's kind of like I feel like God's putting me in an isolated state where
I feel the same way.
I'm uncomfortable.
I feel the same way.
I am so uncomfortable with this state because I'm so used to people always like reaching out to me about trying to like be included in this and that and be in my life, and when they see you doing something good with your life, they always want to add into it, they always want to cling on to it. And it's like I'm so used to relying on people, especially when I was younger. I used to house hop a lot. Like I'm talking about like every week. Like it was bad, and sometimes off of survival, it was people I didn't know, and that put me in such dangerous situations where it was like I would not want to talk about this with anybody unless it was like my partner or something, where like obviously you shouldn't talk about stuff like that. But things like that, it was kind of like when you realize like that people will treat you like that type of way and things like this, you have to always have your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
But you also have to unlearn the bad habits that make you into somebody. Exactly. Definitely. Sometimes you really have to like dump out your old cut when you start pouring new water in there. Yeah. I definitely learned that as well. So
book recommendation about that right there: Letting Go: The Pathway to Surrender.
Yeah, you read books? Yeah. Me too.
Oh my gosh,
speaks exactly about that.
Yeah, I love reading.
You said Letting Go.
Letting Go: The Pathway of Surrender.
Text it to me.
Text
it in the group chat.
Great book.
The crazy thing, Jade had gave me a book to read called Let It Go. Let that S go, because I mean I'm an overthinker sometimes, so I overthink a lot of things. So, and it's like not being in present time. I'm always thinking about like, oh man, what about
power of now?
You know what I'm saying? But that book is helping me. That book is helping me. Like, okay, think about the present time, like the present moment. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry about
The Power of Now, bro.
The power of now. Right.
Another book, Single, Dating, Engaged, Married. It's really good. It like kind of ties in how God should be in your relationship and like how He should be in your relationship, and just like. It's very easy to read. I like that it's not too much like scripture where you're like, all right, where we're at. But it's enough to like relate it back and to keep going to the next chapter when we're still interested.
Yeah, I have so many books I can recommend.
Yeah, I got a whole list.
Book club.
Yeah, we definitely could do that.
Another question I have, y'all, is what do y'all feel like y'all learned this year? Like going off of what Boogie said, like I feel like this year, like, I've learned so much. Like, I feel like I was, like, after the last couple of years, like, I finally got off of survival mode, and I'm more of, like, kind of just learning. And, like, this year I lost so many friends. And, like, I just feel like it taught me a lot, like, growing, like, keeping faith that, you know, God is always better out there, like, being uncomfortable and, like, being okay in the uncomfortable state. Like, not... you know, trying to run away every time you're uncomfortable or try to go back to like, you know, a trauma. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I kind of was just doing like a last quarter of the year reflection and like kind of asked myself that same question. What I came up with was like, let go of the fantasy, embrace the reality. So like I feel like I've learned that like there's no one's coming to save you in this world. Like there's nothing like that. It's not like no end game. It's not going to be like just something that just comes and makes everything better. You just have to like continuously do the work, show up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get better. Look for ways to get better. Improve yourself. Keep it clean. You know, mind, body, and soul. You know, work on your health and things like that. Instead of like trying to live in this fantasy in your head of like, oh yeah, this is how it's gonna look in 10 years, or like this is how it's gonna look in 5 years. Like, nah, like just worry about today, like doing the work today, and just stay in the course. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to chase that, you know, that fantasy or you know that idea of your head of what it's supposed to look like. You know, just appreciating yourself, accepting, you know, the stage you're in, and just being, you know what I'm saying, fully present in it and grateful, showing a lot of gratitude.
For me, my self-reflect, what I've been doing lately, I have good friends, you know what I'm saying? So I have good friends around me that basically hold me accountable and don't let me slip, you know, and help me be the best version of myself. So what I've been doing is doing things that I'm uncomfortable doing, like putting myself in uncomfortable situations to help myself grow, you know, and doing certain things I would never do. So that's it for me. Like just being open to do different things, learning more about myself, working on my mind, my body, my soul, and stuff like that. So, but I'm liking the person I'm becoming, because like back in the day, if y'all knew who I was back in the day, y'all be like, you know what I'm saying? No, for real, because I feel like I've really grown. Like I said, I used to be really, really shy, like really, really shy. But I was always like a people's person.
I wouldn't be able to tell you a shot.
Yeah, but when I was younger, when I was younger, I was extremely shy. But the thing is, I always was a people's person. Right. I just didn't know how to express myself when I was younger. Yeah. Now I'm older, I know how to express myself a little bit better. So I'm just, you know, I'm glad I have great friends. Like I have good friends that, you know, that don't try to steer me in the wrong direction, always want to uplift me, even if I don't want to hear it. You feel me? Like that's why I tell people all the time: if your man's or your girlfriend, whatever, don't tell you what it is, they don't like you. They, you know what I'm saying? They don't like you. They gotta tell you when you slipping, and you should do the same thing for them, no matter what. And if they feel some type of way, you know what I'm saying? You can't take everything to the heart, because some people really want to see the best out of you, like for real. Because when I went to Arizona, man, hey, look, I was talking about this all the time. Arizona kind of changed my life. When I went to Arizona, right, I'm just seeing how the people are like. It's way different than DMV for sure. You know how it is out there. Sure. Everybody's open, everybody's nice, everybody's friendly. So when I went out there, I just seen how people was living. Like everybody was working out, everybody was in shape, everybody was like, you know, self-improvement type of thing. So I was like, when I came, you know what I'm saying? So when I came back, I'm about to be on the same type of time. Right. So ever since, I never looked back. Even like when I don't feel like working out, I don't feel like doing it, I do it anyway. Because at the end of the day, you gotta do things you do not feel like you want to do. That's discipline.
Exactly. You say you're gonna do it.
You're gonna do it.
You say you want to look like this down the road.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I rock with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate said the realest thing. He said he said that my mind is crazy, because if I say I'm gonna do 1,000 push-ups, I have to do 1,000 push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter. He said, you know what he said about men though? He will say like, struggle and pain makes us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the only way people only grow off of mistakes and pain. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like some people will crumble up and like, why me? But you gotta embrace it. God, you know what I'm saying? God is giving you this pain so you could grow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be strong.
Yeah, exactly.
It's trial. Now you gotta get there.
Exactly. So pain. That's why I like, man. Honestly, I used to be the same person. Like, oh man, why does this happen to me? But now I look at it. Oh, this happened to me now. Bet. Let's go. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
I think it's good too, knowing like God will never give you more than you can handle as well. Right. And I think people will fold so easily because they're not as strong minded.
Right.
And even I folded before, where I'm like, all right, God, like I don't know, this is the test, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I asked to be strong, but this is crazy. But at the same time, like once you learn to be patient and to just sometimes just pray, then you'll realize how far that can get you. I mean, he made some of these people in the Bible like wait 40 years, 60 years, and I'm like, damn, like that's most of my life. But if he want the answer that bad, how bad do you want it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna wrap it up, y'all. You know, so I appreciate y'all watching. Yes. Man, I appreciate all y'all coming through, man, for sure, man. Like, I hope y'all enjoy this podcast. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and we out of this thing. Let's get it. Let's go. Bang. Pull up with my savage, I got shooters, ain't no gassing. Cop by 10 or more, that deal get sweeter. I need back.